One more time, fool.
Hey, if you like what you see, subscribe, like, and share.
In the DMV and we work. The Wildcat is cool, but they not like us. Talking real DC, so what's up? Hey, from PG to Moco, fly shit, go go.
What's going on, good people? And welcome to Foote's Tuesday. Foote's Tuesday is a podcast that I created once I realized that the fellas was coming over every Tuesday to partake in some adult libations as we get lit and we talk shit about basketball. And occasionally, we have a guest. Yo, but not just any guest. We're talking about DC's royalty. You hear that? Royalty. The DMV's finest basketball coaches as well as its up-and-coming stars. But before I tell you about the star that's here on the south side of Washington, D.C., that's sitting in a big chair, let me salute out to the company that's sponsoring this particular podcast. All Stars Investments. Kobe Sullivan has been giving back to our community and hosting basketball tournaments since 2019. So, hey, Kobe. Yes, sir. And now, I forgot to ask you what number. From HD Woodson, Audrey Profit. It's okay to clap. Oh.
Yes, sir.
Audrey. Thank you so much for doing this.
My pleasure.
Listen, let me tell you this. So me and Audrey, to give you a little background, we actually work together. So I see her bopping through the Capitol with a little bop, right? So I say,
oh my goodness.
I can guard her. I definitely can shut her down, keep her from scoring a certain amount of points. And then I started doing the background check. So she left HD with the career scoring, career high, 1,000 points and 500 rebounds. So that made me second guess everything.
Really?
Yeah. Oh. I should have second guessed it beforehand.
I'm just saying.
Is that what you're saying?
I've been underestimated plenty of times before. So
and at 5'11", you were right there in the dead center, right?
Back then.
Okay.
Back then. Today, it's a whole different story. I often tell my kids, I am way too short to play anybody's basketball right now at 5'11". I don't have the ball skills.
So what we're not gonna do, we giving you flowers. We're not deducting no flowers from you, okay? 1,000 points, 500 rebounds. That's saying something. I don't care what century, what decade you're talking about.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
That basically tells me that out here in these streets, you was a problem. 1,000 points, you was a problem.
I hear that. You know, it was funny walking into some of the arenas, some of the gymnasiums, the high schools, Blue or Anacostia or any of those schools, and you hear the coaches whispering, "Gotta guard her."
Yeah.
Like, are they talking about me? I'm not her. I'm not that player. But then once I get out there and I'm playing and I realize at the end of the game, you know, I'm the high scorer or I'm the most valuable player. It was a humbling thing because I really didn't put as much practice and effort into basketball as a lot of people, I hate to say this, as a lot of people do. It came naturally to me for some reason.
Wow.
I know my mother played, but she'll tell you the story. She played back in the day when it was six people, six on, you played half court, three of your teammate on this side and three on that side.
Where they play that basketball at?
And you didn't cross the half court line. So you'd have your defensive players on one side and your offensive players on the other side. And one day she said she scored like 100 points one time.
God almighty. You got to get mom. You got to get mom. No, Audrey. I need you to give me that connect because we got to get mom on the show. 100? Yeah. She was on her wheel?
Yeah.
Good God almighty.
And she played in South Carolina.
Okay.
But, you know, that was, a long time ago. Like I say, we don't play that way anymore. But I wish I put more practice into it and more time. But thank God I had my coach, Mr. Hedden.
The legendary coach.
Yeah. Robert Hedden. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, so he's coached football. A lot of people know him from HD football, but he coached.
He's been at HD, if I'm not mistaken, 40 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're thinking about naming part of the new building after him. Yeah.
That's what you do for a living.
Yeah. He is quite respected basketball and football. So
no, hold up, Audrey. What's her name? Okay, you know that's your camera over there. What's her name? It's somebody who you done went at and you done killed these people. I need to know at a total amount of points you put up against her, and we need to know her name. No, Audrey, we need to know these people's names. We got to put them people out here. What's her name?
I have no names. I'm not that kind of a player. Like I didn't take anything personal, so I never really got to know pretty much any players. My teammates, I would bump with them in a scrimmage or something like that just to get stronger. But no, I have anybody I played against that was worth remembering.
And then she slided in there. I don't know her name, but yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, but there's so many questions that I don't want to go in a different direction about college, but I'm gonna save that. But we really got to get into HD. You definitely just said something about Robert Hedden, legendary coach, HD Woodson. What was KD always talking about something in the water? What was in the water at HD?
Practice.
Women's basketball. Now I don't know about the guys, but women's basketball. Okay.
Practice was in the sleep. Practice was in your lunch. Practice was everywhere. I think where he stood out a lot then that coaches like they do with the AAU now in those leagues. We played the Virginia teams. We didn't play the teams around here in our area. And we played summer schools. So we played people in different divisions. And they were, I don't want to say this, but mostly white girls who had
some shit. There was some shit.
And they were big girls. Yeah. So we were playing people in, I'll say a higher skill level than we were at that time. It may have been even college players we played against in the summertime to make us better. And then the other thing we did was we stayed together. He made us, you almost ate breakfast, lunch, and dinner together. You practiced together. He had us drive each other home from practice together. It was just, we're in this together, and that's kind of like how we lived. It was almost like a military thing. That's why I said that's what we did. Yeah. Practice, ate, practice, did homework, practice. That's what we did. But we all loved each other, and we didn't want to let each other down. If I'm doing bad, in fact, when I left junior high to go to high school, and Coach Hedden drafted me over, I had to take I can't remember the senior's position, but I asked him, could I not start? Because he told me I'm gonna have you start.
Okay.
Well, like I said, I wasn't that kind of a player. I'm gonna have you start, and I said, well, I don't think I should do that because she's a senior and she needs to go on to college, and I don't want her to miss her blessing.
Right.
So I'm like, I don't think, I'm just getting here. I'm just a freshman. She should play. And Coach Hedden told me I coach this team.
Okay.
So I say you starting, you starting. Yeah. So I've started all my life. I've never been on second string, which just seems
nobody.
It's crazy. I'm like, and I didn't practice. I didn't work as hard. I hate to run.
Yeah.
I hate to run, but
can you imagine that, man?
What I love to do though, I love defense.
Okay.
I love to get down there.
We the same people.
Yeah, I love it.
I ain't work hard. It just came natural for me too. I just get buckets. But no. So I know Carol Perry, who actually went to HD, who won a championship just like you won a championship. I think she won hers in '84, and if I'm not mistaken, you won yours in '82.
Yes. 82. Yep.
again, hanging banners on a regular basis.
I don't know anything else. It's crazy.
Go ahead and stunt. That's okay.
I'm sorry. I don't. We won all 4 years there.
Oh, won what? What are you talking
Championships. We won the championship. All 4.
Come on,
Yeah.
man. Come on, the camera
We
on.
were,
People ain't gonna say no.
They can check it. We were undefeated before I got there, which was why, like I said, I didn't want to really start because that was a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
They've been winning all these championships. I'm just getting there. You want me to start? You know, as a senior. I mean, she's been going through down the road with the rest of the team. I didn't want to have that kind of pressure on me, but we won, and we won, and I have to say it was
apparently all 4 years.
It was a good decision. It was a good decision. But that was interesting. I mean, it was a good decision. I don't know. At the end of winning, like the 3 years, when it was my turn, I'm the senior now. That was the most pressure. Cause I'm like, we can't lose on my last year. I can't go out like that. So yeah, it had to be, and we did it. And you know, it was. I'll never forget the championship game we played at the DC Armory, I believe. Okay. And my mother finally came to a game because she rarely made it to my games, but she came to a game and she said, we were getting ready to leave. She said, they need you to stay here for a minute. Like, stay here. I'm like, I'm ready to go. I'm always ready to go. I'm like, yeah, I'm ready to go. It's like, no, just sit here for a minute. I'm like, okay. I sat there and I'm listening to it and they doing all this player this and this player that. I'm like, okay. Call out most valuable player of the tournament.
Oh, get out of here.
Guess who won that one?
Who won that one?
Audrey.
Oh my God!
Of the tournament. I was like, really? Me?
Yeah.
But it was cool. I mean, I couldn't believe it, but I was blessed. I have been blessed. Like I said, to have that just happen naturally, it was truly a blessing.
And just for the record, and daughter, since you here, we typically don't have, when we have a guest, we typically don't have nobody there. Just yell out. I mean, are you proud of Mama or what?
Oh yeah, I'm really proud of her. She got some good stories for y'all and she'll remember them. But if she don't, I got her back.
And we are still stunting. So, in order to keep my first 3 guests, okay? You are a member of, in my mind, of an elite fraternity. So the first guest, Chris Raines, he went to the University of Pittsburgh, Johnstown.
Okay.
He is actually in their Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Our second guest, I always have a tough time. Llewellyn Smalley. He actually went to Hawaii Pacific University.
Okay.
And guess what? He's in their Hall of Fame.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So you're in an elite class.
Of course.
You walk around these streets a Hall of Famer.
Yes, sir.
How does that feel?
I don't know. I don't know. That's why you know me. I've never told you I was in the Hall of Fame.
I did the research, living something.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anybody else in real life who's been in the Hall of Fame.
Bang! Thank you! It's why I brought that up. So my first 3 guests are Hall of Famers. And bang, she just said, yeah, stunt. I don't know no other Hall of Famers. But we know you.
Yes. And you know that's odd because one of the things it does do, and I'm not on television or any of that kind of stuff, but often in my life, I'm put in positions where people have seen me or know me, and I have no clue as to who they are. It seemed like it kind of started from kind of basketball when I play and people go, oh, you're the chef, you're the... I'm like, who are you? I don't even know who you are. But then, I ride the bus and somebody go, you play for HD, right? I'm like, yeah, man, I was telling you about her, and I'm like, who are these people? But I've had that happen to me all my life. I'm in a situation like when you see me with my telephone where I work at. I work with mostly guys, and I work in a place where people see me. I don't necessarily see them. Right. So when I'm walking around, they'll go, hey, I need da, and they're talking to me as if I remember them. And I'm like, I really don't know who you are.
That's so dope. I mean, to be recognized in these streets, man. And personally, there is no way that I can achieve the Hall of Fame. But I'd be just as happy for the people that I know and I rock with who are actually in the Hall of Fame. I think it's such a dope accomplishment to go into that environment, to be the best possible basketball player, person that you can possibly be, and then they look at you and say, you know what? I know what we can do to show you we appreciate you. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
I have a Hall of Fame ring, which is odd. It's crazy, and I hardly ever. Well, I don't think I've ever worn it to work, but okay. I hardly ever wear it, and I don't know why. But one is it's probably too big, and I don't want it to get stolen. But it has insurance, so I could always get the money for it. But it's like I don't like to boast, or I don't talk about that stuff. I mean, most people, if they ask me if I play ball, I'll tell you no.
Yeah. Really?
I'll tell you no.
Wow. Okay.
If you don't know, then you don't need to know.
But you know what's funny? So I'll take that as a compliment to me. Because if you're sitting there and you're saying that you're not seeking attention, that you're not going out here gravitating to the camera, but you're right here with me, Foote Tuesdays, by the way, and you're talking
because you my boy.
There we go. There we go. Okay.
You my boy.
Okay.
I'll do it for you.
Right.
I'll do it for you. But actually, I am quite camera shy. I don't like taking pictures. I'm surprised you found me doing a lot of your research because I intentionally miss pictures that the team took together. I intentionally don't show up for those things. I don't like taking pictures. I see some of the stuff. I'd be in the the Washington Post, I think it was back in the day, and it was the Star. He had the Star too. I'd be in those articles, and I'd see some of the moves I was making. It was fun to read about myself.
Right.
I wish I had kept them, but in the long run, I have the memories. In fact, we're having HD Woodson is having their 40th anniversary this month. I don't know if it's happened already or it's getting ready to happen, but hello everybody.
Hey HD, by the way.
So I'm like, if I ran into those people now, 40 years later, I can't imagine what some of us might look like now. But people tell me, you look like you can still play ball. No.
You're not there.
No.
You're not getting out there. You're not shooting, bouncing,
nothing.
and rebounding. You know that's what you do.
A few too many charges. I took a few too many of those.
We are kindred spirits, okay? I rebound, I score the ball, and I take charges. We are kindred spirits, Audrey. I'm trying to tell you. All right. This background. Wow. Anyway, so I know what the inner high means to men's basketball. But is there? Yes, there is an inner high as it pertains to women's basketball. Is it on the same level? Is it not on the same level? Is it in the middle? My question is, what does the inner high mean to you?
Well, nothing is ever on the same level as men when it comes to sports. It's been that way forever, and it seems like now we're just starting to make some groundbreaking movements to get paid, at least in some sports, equally to men. Even after performing much higher than men, we seem to not be able to get the same respect for whatever reason.
Very true.
Some of it, and I don't want to be harsh to any particular lifestyle, but some of it has to do a lot with within the basketball culture, there's a lot of women who make other women feel uncomfortable.
Okay, gotcha.
So a lot of women, then you'd want to help participate in the sport, help give to the sport, help support the sport, but at the same time, people expect that you're a particular kind of way.
Gotcha.
And you're labeled a certain kind of way. It's hard to get labels off of you.
Yeah.
You know, and the best thing I find is to stay out of those arenas.
Right.
So though the women are doing great, and I love to watch a women's game, I'm gonna watch it from home, from the safety of my home, because it's just safer that way. The inner high has, you know, from when I played, it didn't do much to produce or support women moving beyond the college atmosphere. I was asked to go and play overseas in a basketball professional league back then, but they were talking about making, back then, $50,000. That was the top pay, and you had to be a named player
in order to get that.
In order to get that.
Got you.
Other than that, it was whatever endorsements you could manage to get. You know, meanwhile, basketball is not all year round, so you know you'd have to come home and get another job. And that's with all the back aches and the ankle aches and the, you know, like I said, you know, you just as physically putting your body on the line as the men are out here, but they don't have to play all year round.
Right.
So
that's a great point. You do have to play year round just to, you know, get the income.
And don't have children on top of that, you know, because, you know, once you have a baby,
right,
you might not be even on the team anymore, but men can have children and plenty of them and still come back that same season and play.
There's a lot of them out here with the baby.
Yeah, but, you know, not us. You know, you're out for, you know, at least, I tell people I don't know to get 9 months for a baby. It's 10 months to have a baby. But anyway, you're out for those 10 months. Then you're trying to get your body back in shape. Then you're slower than you probably were, just a little bit more. And now you're not as concerned with basketball because you have another life you're trying to bring up in this world. You're trying to stay healthy and safe to raise them. So you have different priorities. So we don't get the fan base because of some of that, like I was saying earlier. You don't get the fan base. So a lot of people aren't putting their money into sports. I do find a few more men now are watching more.
Oh yeah, the WNBA. Let me tell you something. It's a better brand of basketball than the NBA. It's just the athleticism in the NBAers that freaks you out. You're like, wow, a person can actually do all that.
I hear you see a lot more of the fundamentals in the women's basketball. It's not so much of the charm you see in the NBA, where you know it's dunking this or alley-oop that, but you know a lot of the fundamentals. It's really odd to see some of the girls and how they shoot now. It looks kind of funny to me, but 2 points is 2 points. 3 points is 3 points. I don't care how you get in there. Get it in there. So they make it great, but some of the fundamentals. Shooting foul shots. You know, a lot of the women, I don't know what the averages are, but women are probably better at it than the men. They, you know, y'all are, you know, just hawking it in there. Women are, you know, we got a little bit more of a finesse shot. That's what I think about the CIAA. It's getting better. It's getting better, but hopefully we can get more interest from other sports that want to help male sports, who want to help support a lot more of the female sports. That's what we need.
Title IX, you're talking about Title IX. I got you. Yeah. I mean, it's I had another question and it kind of slipped just now. Yeah, well, we're going to be editing.
We all getting old.
We'll get our edit on. So you said you had the opportunity to go overseas, but you chose not to go because of the amount of money that you guys were going to get paid and stuff like that. How do you? I'm assuming you just didn't play ball.
No, I actually wanted to be an architect. So that was the other reason. I'm not gonna. I didn't want to be a basketball player. That's why, like I said,
Cool.
all of this just was in God's plans, because it wasn't anything I said. Well, I wanna. When I was playing, it wasn't like, well, I wanna go to college. No. So when I was in college and I was playing, I was not like, I want to go pro. No, I wanted to stop. I wanted to stop, but my coaches wouldn't let me quit.
Tapping out, and they was like, yeah.
They wouldn't let me quit. I mean, I remember one game I got playing for Coach Hedden. It got busted. I got a scar going across my head now. You know, I got the elbow and I'm down and out. I'm like, oh good, I get to get a rest for a few minutes.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get her back when I get in the game, but right now, okay, just being back, I'm gonna get you back, but right now, I need to sit there and take this rest right now. I sat there for one play. Coach said, Audrey, you know, am I not still bleeding? Can I bleed here for a minute? That's why I'm like, when this is over, I felt just like retirement. When this is over, I'm not playing no more. I'm not playing no more for nobody, for no one. And then, you know, then I get a scholarship. I'm like, okay, 4 more years of this.
Yeah. So, I mean, your college career, I wasn't able to find the numbers on your college career.
No.
So I need to hear these numbers. I mean, how did you...
You know, it's terrible. I should have brought. I should have brought my plaque that I have for my Hall of Fame, because it has all of that information on there.
Yeah, and we would just put that right in front of that camera, and we would have been like,
thinking.
hey, this is what the Hall of Fame plaque look like. This is what a Hall of Fame ring look like. And this is what a Hall of Famer looks like.
I should have. I'm sorry, Dwayne. I should have brought that stuff, but I probably had about the same. I scored a lot of points and a lot of rebounds. I don't know.
Same.
Wait.
Fucking good, Elizabeth City.
What school did I go? What?
College.
I went to Elizabeth City
I
State
just said it
University.
twice. You hear me say Elizabeth City?
Oh, I did.
I said it twice. I could have sworn I said it twice.
Yeah, I went to Elizabeth City. I played forward. Was number 44. Played. I've had number 44 most of my career. I kind of could pick that because of who I was.
You get whatever number you want. What was the significance of the number, though?
It was easy for the referee to call my number.
Oh,
But you know, you can do 4-4, 4-4.
Gotcha.
Foul.
Really?
4-4. Foul.
Now you're hack box out there. You're hacking everybody out there.
Come get this. Oh, in the beginning, I would foul out a few games until I realized I wanted to stay in and maybe be the high scorer for that particular game. Yeah, I got to be in the game in order to do that.
To be the high score, yeah.
Or the high rebounder for that particular game. I gotta be in the game. So some stuff you gotta let slide. It's hard to fight that temptation. Your coaches, don't jump, don't leave your feet, don't. It's hard when you're in the game not to jump, not to leave your feet.
Especially if you're a shot blocker.
Especially and boy,
I don't know.
boy.
Kindred spirits.
Yeah, I'm about to say the same thing,
shots,
man.
plenty of shots.
I blocked plenty of them, man. In one of the summer leagues we had playing one of those teams. I can't forever forget this play. There was a fast break. Well, the ball got stolen from us, and they was on a fast break headed back the other way. And I'm standing there for a minute looking like, ain't no need of me going down there. You know, I'm mentally, there ain't no need of me going down there. She gonna make this.
Right.
But my coach is right there looking, and I'm standing right by the bench. You get in trouble for not hustling on every play. So I'm like, the last thing I want to do is get yelled at for. I saw you standing right. I took off running. Took off, A quarter coming from an
Get
angle.
out of here.
And
Get out of here.
smack that rock across the gym. Everybody, whoa, Audrey, you did that. I was like, so we girls,
Off
you
the
know, and we ain't get up
hesitation.
but so high. In my mind, like, we was up around the rim. Yeah, I got no foul or nothing.
So was there like a difference? I mean, it has to be a difference because you're talking about high school and you're talking about college. So going from the inner high to CIAA, was there a learning curve, or did you just? I mean, to me it sounds like everything was natural, God-given talent. Was there a drop off, or where it's just you just flowed, went from one?
Like
to
I
the
said,
other?
I really couldn't tell you because I came right out of high school and I started when I went to college and I started all my years there. Now, our season wasn't nearly as great as it was in high school, but you know we didn't win any championships. But we were a pretty decent team. We were probably maybe 3 or 4 in the league.
Oh,
So
wow.
we did okay. But we had a few players that I can't remember some of the girls' names because, like I tell you, they weren't.
They wasn't the story.
No.
Audrey Prophet. We ain't tripping over there.
You know, it's funny. My brother met someone out on the street, and my last name's kind of odd then, and it's kind of odd now. But when he told her his last name's Prophet, she was like, "I went to school with the Prophet.
Okay.
You know Audrey Prophet? Like that's my sister." It was like, well, I play ball with her. I was like, what? These people still remember me? Are you serious?
That's the beautiful thing about DC basketball, and that's why I wanted to do this podcast because, I mean, it's so many legends in this area. You know, there's so many people that need to be recognized who aren't necessarily recognized because they didn't go to the league, but they are all met. They won city championships and so forth and so on. So that's what excites me about even doing this now. You know, to go online and to look you up and to see.
You just reminded me I was all Matt. You just
There we go, and the study continues.
Hey, it just reminded me of that.
Oh, how do you forget?
Right.
Yeah.
So I would
I
get
was
you out of
CIAA too.
Okay.
I made that also.
Yeah.
But you know, like I said, I wish I paid more attention to those things. It just didn't. I guess I didn't appreciate it as much as I should.
You know, I don't know about anybody else who may watch this. I mean, but the sheer fact for me, the sheer fact that you did those things and you were just hooping.
Yeah.
That's saying something to me, you know. That's saying it's God-given. That's saying it's a talent. When you don't have to put in all the work, it tells me that if you happen to put in a certain amount of work, good God Almighty,
That's what I continue.
You would have been a problem.
I truly, if I had did what God was showing me, you can do this, or if I saw some type of future, but you really don't. You really don't when you're playing women's basketball, and then. I'm like, I can be an architect and make more money than $50,000 a year. So
Facts.
that's what I wanted to do, but unfortunately didn't end up doing that either. So, but in my field, it's odd too. I'm mostly with the guys. I don't even work with a lot of women. I just have a lot of men in my arena. So I took up industrial technology at Elizabeth City. So just played basketball there, and in my major, mostly guys. Get out of there, I get a job. Mostly guys. So I'm just always around. Mostly guys. Always.
And you're right here in the midst.
Yeah, mostly guys. It's just a natural thing.
So let me get you out of here with this rapid fire session. Who's your favorite mystic?
Don't have a favorite mystic.
What? You right here in the city, Audrey.
It's terrible.
Oh, we won a championship 2 years ago.
Didn't we? And I was all about it. I don't get all into sports. I tell you, I do not. I watch sports because I understand it.
Right.
I understand how you're supposed to score. I understand the rules of the game. I love a good player. I love a good defense. What's your name? It's irrelevant to me. I don't need to know.
Well, there you have it. sounds like she's been a champ at some point in her life. yeah, okay, dog. Whatever. your favorite wizard?
Now you mean?
Whenever.
What was his name? With all the tattoos. Used to be on the floor all the time.
Right.
God, can't. Was it Isaiah? It wasn't Isaiah.
We did have Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah,
We
we
used
did.
to like arenas before.
Yeah, I do like him.
Yield Zero. Killer.
I do like him.
Good God Almighty.
But where is he now?
On podcast.
Same exact thing.
Doing podcast.
Same thing we doing right now.
Who's
Not terrible.
Who's the most influential person to help you in your basketball journey?
Bob Head.
Really? Okay.
Yep,
Yeah.
Bob Head. And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't possibly be where I'm at in life right now, because he saw to it that all his girls got a college degree. And so many people drop the ball when it comes to women moving on to the next level. It's just a stepping stone for you for a career, to do other things, to raise kids and to have a family. But if they're not putting out that effort to make sure you get a scholarship, then you're probably working at McDonald's or working at some of these, putting on a real tough hustle to get your life started, when all it took was a little bit more persuade, like, get me in there, let me try out something. But it kind of happened to my daughter, and I'm not saying any names, but she
won't say any names.
She has natural ability. She did, and she was left-handed.
Oh wow!
Oh my goodness! Just sweet, and she just was natural at it. But her coach kind of had, I think it was some type of personal thing when she found out who I was and what I played. She took it out on my daughter.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That must have been the one you cooked.
Yeah, you cooked. That's the one you cooked. That's what it was. She cooked and she say, "Oh, you back again?" Audrey Prophet 2.0. Yeah, okay.
I mean, I hear my daughter a lot of times. My daughter here will tell you, they always saying, "You should coach. You should coach. You should coach, Mom." I'm like, young ladies don't listen now. Y'all not gonna listen. But with my daughter, I was working with her, and with that, I had her working with a young man. And I'm like, because most bad dudes on a basketball team, I don't mean horrible, but decent players, most decent men players can always teach a woman basketball player something. If it's speed, if it's a move, something, how to jump, just drills that they work on. And because she's left-handed, you always expecting the right. No matter how often you try to block a shot, a left-handed person, you always going up with your right. And she's left-handed, so she's got an advantage. And she could dribble. No, she was just sweet. Her coach would see her doing some of this and go, "Where are you learning this from?" She said, "Well, my mom is taking me out and she's working out with me." "Oh, okay, well, I don't want you doing it this way." And one of the stupidest things I heard my daughter tell me, her coach said, was, I told her, "You need to work on your layups." She says, "Well, I can do a layup." I said, "Well, do one." She goes to the, runs up and shoots it off the backboard, hits the backboard. I said, "I thought you was going to do a layup." She said, "I did do a layup." I said, "That's not a layup. Where did y'all get that from? That's not a layup."
Jumper.
She said, "What?" I said, "That's what that is. That's a short jump shot." That's what that is. What are you doing? She said, "Well, what's a layup, Mom?" So I said, "You lay the ball up on
she
the
said,
backboard. Lay it.
You fillet.
Lay it." I said, "Because you see, watch Kyrie Irving. I mean, that man has some of the sweetest backboard layup shots I've seen in my life." I'm like, "What? Did he just make that?" It's a lay. She started doing that in her games, and her coach was like, "What are you doing?" She said, I'm doing layups." She said, "Oh, but she's scoring points." But all the while the coach is mad at her.
Yeah.
The other girls on the team, they started laying the ball up like that. She got mad at them and told them, I don't want y'all shooting the ball like that no more. A layup is like this.
Ooh, I want to put her name out there. What are you doing, coach?
What are
That's
you
not
doing,
no
coach?
layup. What are we teaching the children? Are you serious right now?
They had no idea what a charge was.
Wow.
And they playing high school basketball. I said, who's out there playing defense? Who's taking the charges? I said, Mom, what's a charge? I said, what's a charge? In one game, she got 5 of them after I showed her where they were. Then the referees, because you know they play their part in the game too, then they started looking for her, making sure she ain't faking it. But you know, it's an art to taking a charge, like all of us.
I know. Don't nobody else in this room know, but me and you are.
There's an art.
The people in the background has 0 clue. So I know.
And I was passing it down. So, you know, like I said, that day she got like 5 charges. And they was like, how is she doing that? Then the ref stopped wanting to call the charges because he's like, I don't know, how is she doing that? How does she know about that?
Skill, technique.
But it was crazy. But, you know, a lot of that, like I said, it's just coaches have to not be vindictive or mean-spirited because, one, she had her favorites on the team. Like, we all know some coaches do. And she'd rather let them shine than let the team shine.
But when you see talent, you gotta let talent shine. You gotta let them. It's crazy.
I've had people after my daughter graduated asking me constantly, where your daughter go to school at? She didn't go to school. The coach didn't. They even told me we was trying to get her to come to our school, and she told us that she was going somewhere else, and never said nothing to me about it.
All right. So last one. Who is your favorite DC point guard?
You are asking me some.
I know you don't want. I know you don't want to get nobody no love, but Audrey Prophet. But I know you got a point guard out here that you love. Listen. DC is known for the point guard position.
You say DC.
DC specific, yes.
Then I'm gonna have to go back to my man. I can't think of his name right now. He used to have a lot of tattoos.
In the Wizards?
Yeah, he used to braid his hair a lot. When the braiding first came out, and he had a big tattoo.
That wasn't Ross. I mean, I don't.
He was a point guard.
Lou?
No. T. Lou ain't played with the Wizards. But did he play with the Wizards?
But he had like a drug problem, and he had to. No.
I think it was Ross. With that man.
I am
Trying to get away from it.
Right.
Oh man, I am so terrible, especially with names. But he used to always be on the floor, almost after every play, because they used to knock him down so much. He was so small. I love the underguards. Probably since I can't think of his name, then you know the smallest. What's his name? The little
Muggsy.
Yeah, Muggsy Bogues. I'll go with him. I'll go with him.
Baltimore native.
I like the
It's
underdogs.
DMV. It's DMV. DMV based podcast. Muggsy Bogues, Baltimore.
No, it's not.
It's not.
Shout out Muggsy. So listen.
Outside the beltway. That's out the perimeter. So.
Oh my
All
God.
right, so appreciate you being
My
on
pleasure.
Foots Tuesday.
My pleasure.
Coming here, blessing us with your presence and talking your shit.
You a mess, man. My pleasure. Anytime, man.